I do need my glasses. I guess print is never big enough when you're over 60. So like Megan said, my name is Lauri Bernstein, and I have the honor of being here tonight to introduce the 2020 Outstanding Woman of the Year, volunteer Janet Therrien. Janet was born in Holyoke, Massachusetts, and lived there until 1980 when she, along with her husband Dennis and young son David, moved to Central New York. I was told by Janet that they picked Central New York because Dennis's brother lived here and told them it was a great place for fishing and hunting. I mean, why else would you pick an area to move to other than fishing and hunting? Luckily for all of us, they chose Baldwinsville, and they still live in the house they bought on Seneca Street in the village. They live there today. After moving to Baldwinsville, Janet hosted Fresh Air Children for many years. She was coordinator of Meals on Wheels for over 9 years, and then a caregiver for others for 3 years. After that, she volunteered throughout Baldwinsville, including Peace Incorporated and the Clothing Ground, which provides used clothing for those in need. She also became president of the Neighborhood Advisory Council. Currently, and for over 14 years, Janet has volunteered at the Women's Charitable Society, where she helps pass out needed medical equipment such as wheelchairs or crutches. She's also in charge of a sneaker program, which is associated with the Baldwinsville Methodist Church, where she contacts families personally who may need some help with back-to-school sneakers. She and her husband Dennis personally shop for appropriate sneakers, socks, and school supplies for up to 65 children a year. See, Dennis, she told me you helped. She sometimes hand delivers these sneakers to parents who cannot make the planned pickup day. Janet is also the sole remaining person who volunteers for a program called Bevo Cares. Bevo Cares was formed over 10 years ago as a program to help people who seem to fall through the cracks and just need a little extra help on occasion. As part of Bevo Cares, she has helped families in finding apartments, helping them with needed security deposit. She has organized and volunteered a yearly income tax preparation service free of charge for the clients. She has purchased and delivered gas cards for someone who needs gas just to get to work in between paychecks. I personally know that one time she gave her own family tent to a homeless man who was living in the woods. She said, well, he needed something to sleep in so he wouldn't be out in the open. She has taken people clothes shopping so they could have appropriate clothing for jobs or interviews. She has delivered diapers and formula to parents that call and are in desperate need. Dennis, I'm sure you can attest to the fact that Janet gets calls on weekends, at night, and she will not say no to anyone who needs help. If she cannot help personally, she will find someone who can. Janet also volunteers at the Baldwinsville Food Pantry weekly and has done so for over 10 years. She's been on the Volunteer Center board of directors for many, many years. We were trying to figure out how many, and we just know it's a lot. I would guess at least 15 years probably. She's a member of St. Mark's Community Outreach Program. She's an active member of her church community, a Word of Life Church. In addition to all of this, Janet is chair of the Baldwinsville Christmas Bureau. I can attest that she works tirelessly almost every day over the months of November and December so that Baldwinsville families in need will have a wonderful Christmas season. As coordinator of the Christmas Bureau, I know that I would be completely lost without her. She goes above and beyond anything that would normally be required of her position. She jokes every year that she should retire from this position, and every year I ignore this request. Baldwinsville Christmas Bureau would not be nearly as successful without her. Janet has been described by others as kind, caring, compassionate, hardworking, and dependable. I would agree with all of this. I would also describe her as a quiet volunteer, someone who does so much for others without wanting any recognition of how much she does for others or how much she helps people in the Baldwinsville community. I can think of no one who deserves this award more than Janet. I consider her a dear friend, and I love her as many others in this room do. Now I'm going to get crazy. Please come up, Janet, and receive this award for the well-deserved 2020 Woman Volunteer of the Year.